And welcome back, everyone. Look who's back.
I'm back. Look at the hair, it's like a mop. A grey mop.
You booked in for a haircut?
Yeah, tomorrow actually.
Yeah, before the big show, which we'll delve into soon.
Yeah, but yeah, good to be back.
Yeah. How long did it take you to drive home?
Well, I left Meekatharra and it took 4 days to get home.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I had the pedal to the metal. Seemed to be filling up with diesel every few hundred Ks, but anyway.
With the van too.
Yeah, just been away for what, I think over 3 months and just...
Nearly 4, I think.
Yeah, just wanted to get home.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, no, it was a good trip over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A few good sleeps since being back.
Oh, I don't know about that. But yeah, it's always good to get in your own bed, I think.
Yeah.
Even though the caravan bed was comfortable, but it's always nice to get home in your bed.
And you saw lots of wildlife this year.
Heaps.
Meekatharra up north way. Heaps.
Camels and kangaroos and emus.
How many different lots of camels did you see?
See a lot in the distance, like there was, you know, I don't know if you call them packs, but yeah, there was packs of them out, you know, probably, I don't know, up to a dozen.
Yeah.
They're ranging in size, and yeah, one running up the road as you saw, and you wouldn't get off the road. But yeah, no, it was yeah, a lot of wildlife. Most of that was seen up around the Walloona area. I'd have to say around the Laverton area in Kalgoorlie, we didn't see a lot of wildlife.
No.
Yeah.
The only camel we saw was the one dead on the way home on the Nullarbor.
Oh, where was that?
Yeah. Just between Norseman and Baladonia, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to hit one of them. Yeah. Okay.
So tonight's topic, we'll go through our usual stock update, gold price, got some new products. Then we'll do a little bit of a WA wrap up and go through that in some more detail.
Yeah.
And talk about the Gold Monster 2000.
Which was, over, Brad had it over in WA.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, just want to rave on a bit more about what I saw over there.
Yes, because no one's heard your good perspective of it yet. I think we had a brief conversation one night when Brad was over there, but...
Yeah, that's right, sitting in the in the headlights of the car. No, that was a fun night. Yeah.
And then we got a few videos and that as well from your trip.
Okay.
This one.
Yeah.
So Mum really wanted me to share this photo, and you're going to have a bit more detail behind the whole story. This was David and Marie's caravan.
Oh yeah, that's
Tell us what happened.
Well, apparently, some friends were in, I believe, Kalgoorlie, and they were booking into a caravan park, and a big Isuzu camper type vehicle come around the corner with its side door up, and its door was sticking out like that. Come around and just cut their caravan like a can opener. Pretty new caravan. They were devastated. You know.
Insurance.
Yeah, insurance,
Lucky.
but
would have ruined their trip, like.
Yeah, well, they were nearly going to come home, jump in the vehicles and the caravan and come home. They just really wrecked their trip, you know. But they went to a repairer all through insurance, and I must say he done a pretty good patch-up job. You know, had a big bit of steel sort of on the corner going around, but just goes to show you how things can happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Goes to show insurance is quite important over that way too.
It is. Yeah, I'll talk about something that happened to me later, which you probably don't know, but nothing major, but yeah.
And even with our Sam and I's trip over there, we had flat tyres, we had wheel bearings not done properly, we had the door fall off our caravan, we had, what else? So many things. But
and yours is an older caravan, but look, I saw modern caravans this year, the shower doors and cupboard doors, you know, Yeah, they call them off-road caravans, but
The corrugation really does a number on
yeah, look,
some of them.
the corrugations weren't too bad. I'm finding a lot of the gravel roads over there are probably better than our tar roads here in Victoria.
Did notice the roads are much better over there.
And coming home, I noticed that a lot. Soon as I got out of South Australia, the roads were terrible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Nullabore's got better roads than our highways over
It
here.
has. It has. Yeah, so that was the caravan. Okay.
So inward stock this week, not too much going on. We've obviously got our Mind Lab usual accessories come in. We're stocking up on panning kits and anything that's in like a box and is giftable for Father's Day.
Oh, yeah.
So pocket sluices, the gold panning kits, there's a 9-piece, 11-piece, Mind Lab ones, classifier kits. So heaps of stuff there, massive price ranges too. So from a $20 gift up to over $100. And then we're doing up heaps of pay dirt.
We are doing heaps of pay dirt.
Yes.
They've been very popular, haven't they?
Yes, they have been.
And look, it is a little bit hard to get the right gold to put in them pay dirt bags. You know, you can't just put all fine gold and you can't put just one piece. It's got to be that certain size.
And the dirt, you're not just getting that out of the backyard, you're getting that from
different sites, mine sites, well-known goldfields areas.
So you know you're getting quality, because I think pay dirt can be anything from dirt dug out of the backyard to a few easy flakes to impure stuff to
And look, it depends where the pay dirt comes from. Like some is a little bit harder to pan off, and some of it's easy, but you know, it is natural, so it's not added in ironstone or, you know, black sand or that type of stuff. It
probably gives you more the feel of what it's actually going to be like in the field. And I think it's a good testing point as well. If you're not finding the allocated amount of gold in the bags, so that comes in 5 grams, 0.5, 0.25, 0.5, 1 and 2 grams. The different bag sizes. So if you're not finding that allocated gold, you should be refining your skills a bit more.
And I always say to people, pan that dirt that you get into a tub or something, and that way if you haven't got the gold that's in that bag, it could be in that tub.
Exactly. Cool. So up next we have our top 5 best sellers of the week. So this is a new segment that you probably haven't seen before.
I have, because I was watching you guys actually when I was in Outback WA, thanks to Starling. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it just keeps everyone in the loop of what's going well, really. So Made from Us hats are still up there. They're always in our top 5. Pay dirt, we've got the 300 gram bag at number 2 and the 600 gram bag at number 4. Sniffer bottle, number 3, and They Once Raced Here books, number 5. So the They Once Raced Here, this is volume 1 in the top 5, but there's volume 2 and 3, which also do really well.
Great research book, really good.
Yes.
Really good. Spend a lot of time driving around looking for things, but when you've got a book,
makes it all the much easier, doesn't it?
It does.
Gold price. So this was taken earlier today, maybe around midday. So it was $164.91.
I see it's up a little bit. It's hovering around the 165. I've noticed that. It's sort of up a couple and down a couple, but it's mostly around the 165. And I think the reason it is staying around there is because, you know, they're talking peace and ceasefire agreements and that there's not too much uncertainty. Things are running flat, I suppose.
I know there was the peace talks in the US. I feel like they've just happened recently and not certain, but that might be why it was 168, it looks like, this time last week.
Okay.
So.
But it's still pretty good price, really.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Can't complain at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I got a video from you over in Western Australia,
Oh,
so
wow.
we'll jump over to this.
Yeah. It's Darren here from Lucky Strike Gold in Geelong and Golden Relics Prospecting Adventures, just over in WA on a tour at the moment. Just follow, there's an old creek system there and there's one just here. We're just following the old creek system and I can see where the wood choppers have been, chopping a few trees off. I've just come across a old boys camp, a couple of old bricks there. Yeah, a few tins around, bit of a tin there. I just looked up in the tree and I could see some wire up there and an old blacksmith made hook. Yeah, you'd wonder what that was used for. Maybe tying up a horse, maybe it was their clothesline, but yeah, interesting when you come across the old timers camps.
Nice little video there.
Yeah, I only seems like yesterday I was over there, but yeah, I like when I'm walking around between customers over on the tour. I like looking for spots like that.
Yeah.
And I look at things, you know, what sort of glass is there. If they're bottles, just normal beer bottles, you know that they were fairly poor, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, not doing. But if you see bottles there that are top end stuff, you know that they've had a good strike, or you know, but it's not just miners, it's also wood choppers within that area.
Yeah.
You know, and I found old axes up against the tree, and you know,
yeah,
I
some
found
relics and that.
Oh, relics, yeah. You know, the snake belt buckles.
Yeah.
I actually found one of them near an old miners' camp once, so I'm always looking on the ground.
Yeah.
Bowerbird.
And you know the old miners aren't really camping in the middle of the outback for no reason either, so
Yeah.
usually a good spot to be around.
Yeah, that was up at Meekatharra actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Along a creek system actually.
Yeah. And would you say that their gold locations, if it was an old miner camp, would be within walking distance? Or do they have horses and that?
It would depend. Like some old miners' camps, you know, they've got the chook shed out that you can see where the chook pen has been, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know they've been there for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I look at the type of crockery that is broken in that area, because if it's just plain white stuff, again, they weren't really successful, probably poor miner.
Yeah.
But if it's blue and white china with patterns on it, or you know that they had a few dollars behind them.
Yeah. But they'd usually camp pretty close
to
the gold.
Yeah. It's I suppose it's like today, you know, with your caravan, like you try and park close to the gold. You're not going to be walking 2 k's away from your camp.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And a lot of the old mining towns, you know, like Creswick and that were built on gold. They pitched their tents, close to the gold.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of towns are built on gold, little mining towns.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Now this weekend's event.
Wow, so I've come home, I've had a couple of days off. I've got to pack. I believe we're packing tomorrow, setting up Thursday, and it's the 4-wheel drive show in Melbourne on the showgrounds.
Yes.
We're doing that. So, yeah, we were asked, if we'd like to do it, and we thought, why not, you know? So we've never done that one before, and apparently it's a big event.
Yep.
So
should have all things outdoors, camping, 4-wheel drives, adventure sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think it will be good.
Yeah,
it will be good. You coming down to help? No.
I'll be there to set up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, your mum can set up and I can go for a walk, see what I can buy.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I put the stall number, your site number, in the newsletter this week, so check that out if you haven't already.
Okay.
But we do have a special offer for our viewers tonight. Okay. So we have a discount code. This will get you 15% off. I will also put the link in the comments if QR code's not for you. So Lucky 15 is the discount code. Go to the link, purchase tickets at the coupon code, and you'll get 15% off.
Wow. Do you know what the tickets are worth?
No, I'm not sure. I'll have a look and maybe chuck it in the comments.
I suppose 15% is 15%, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that expires at midnight Thursday, and then the event runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Monday.
No, just Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay. I thought no.
No, Mum got it wrong.
Mum got it wrong. Okay.
So it's 9 to 5 Friday and Saturday, and 9 to 4 on the Sunday.
Okay.
And now we forgot to mention our little giveaway today.
What is
so
it?
we've got 2 free tickets to the event.
Okay. Wow.
So if you'd like to come down, say hello, 2 free tickets are on offer. So just comment below why you'd like to come, and
Okay. Yeah, come up and say good day.
Yeah.
And we'll be
And
there.
we're going to have a lot of Father's Day gifts too. So the the boxes I was talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
Okay. Good.
that's all.
Oh, customers find.
Yes.
Wow.
So we had the lucky winner of the month. Now this was actually from May. We've been a little bit delayed with getting back from the West and following up the customers part 2 of the story.
Yeah.
So the results speak for themselves in these photos. It was 12.6 ounces in a week he found, and 24 ounces in the month. So he said the story of finding this gold didn't start easy. For the first 2 days it was pouring heavy rain, and then by day 3 there was sunshine and he got his first small piece. And then he saw fresh tracks go further into the bush and lead to an old pushed patch, which was about an acre of pushings. So there were about 10 holes there, and he went over them, and there were 4 signals in those holes.
Wow.
Thinking they would be trashed, they weren't.
Yeah.
They were gold.
Yeah.
So they were about 0.3 to 0.4 nuggets that he dug out of those holes. So then he realised that the area hadn't been done that well, so he went over it. And over the week, they had dug 200 plus holes for 2.5 ounces.
Gee.
Then that next week, he got a couple of mates to join in, and they found another 170 nuggets in 2 days. Then they met this local old timer who said the patch had been pushed years ago. After 4 months of paperwork, they got their own
Oh, excuse me.
they got approval to push a shallow 40 by 60 metre section. So they removed the topsoil down to the calcrete, and him and his mates went detecting again. Most nuggets again were around that 4 gram, 0.3 to 4 grams. And then they got a honey hole. So 6 ounce pocket with a 32 gram nugget. And then from the total of the pushings that they had done, it was 24 ounces, which you can see here in the photo. And then even a year later, he's still picking up gold, which is in that second photo over there.
I just got to get a drink.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got this damn cough. I get a tickle in the throat, and it's hard to get rid of it.
So it really just goes to show that persistence does pay off. And if someone else has done your mic will still be on, by the way, so.
Don't swear.
So persistence really does pay off. If an area looks like it's been done already, check the holes. You might have a new detector or a different technique to people. There might have been more rain to bring up more gold. So it really just goes to show that keep going. Even if you're finding a signal, that's a signal that someone else hasn't dug. Okay, product of the week. We have this new crevicing tool range in stock. So they're from $35. There's a small and a large size. So they've got a curved hook end, which is perfect for pulling out that stubborn gravel, sand and clay from the deep cracks in the rivers. Made of durable steel, so the blade is tough for use in rocky ground and riverbeds. And it's got a wrist strap and a comfortable grip to help secure it in your hand while you're out there in the wet.
Is this a new product?
Yes, the crevicing tools.
Oh, wow.
So there's a small and a large size.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
And now the tip of the week is old timers used to carry a little gold nugget in their pocket, believing gold attracts gold. Some swore it kept their luck strong and their eyes sharp. Maybe worth reviving the tradition. What do you think of that one?
I was always told too, if you're carrying, my grandfather told me this, that if you carry gold from one gold field to another gold field, it's bad luck. So
Bad luck.
bad luck.
Ooh.
But I can understand that one, you know, gold attracts gold.
Yeah.
So I suppose at the end of the day, whatever works for you,
Exactly.
you know.
What classifies as a gold field? Would that be the entire golden triangle, or would that be more...
Just on the gold fields, I suppose. Yeah. I don't know if I sent you the photo. One of the customers in WA was going along prospecting, and he saw a little white pod on the ground, and he picked it up, and there was a 0.6 of a gram nugget in it.
In a pod.
In a pod, and it still had the price of $40.
Wow.
So that's going back,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to send you the photo, and
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
put it in our newsletter.
When I was detecting in sandstone, we were, I don't know if I've spoken about this yet or not, but we were detecting on the patch where that big nugget was found.
Oh, wow.
How big was it?
Oh, I can't remember. It was $180,000, wasn't it? Or something?
Yeah, something like that. And that was only going back to June or something. 2 weeks after it had been found, Sam and I went onto a pending lease, and funny enough, that just happened to be the one where the nugget was found.
Wow.
We thought the ground looked good there, so we thought we'd give it a go.
Yeah.
And then we had this guy come up to us and say, he's like, oh, is the news out already? Is everyone coming in? Like the floodgates have opened.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, we just picked this spot, thought it looked good. And yes, that's where the big nugget had been found.
Wow.
But he said that he dropped his vial of 17 grams that he had found on this patch.
Ah. What,
So-
he'd lost it somewhere.
Yeah, it just fell out of his pocket.
Wow. But why carry half an ounce of gold on the gold fields?
I suppose if you're alone, maybe you don't want to leave it in your caravan.
Yeah.
She was.
That reminds me of a little story. I'll just run through it quickly. But I met this bloke out at Creswick in the bush. It would have been probably the late 80s. And I was detecting, he was detecting. I went up to him and said, oh, how are you going? He said, oh, good, good. He said, oh, I shouldn't show you this, but I'll show you. And he pulled out, it was probably about a 2 ounce piece out of his pocket. And he said, I just got it just out of that hole there. And I said, well, good on you, you know.
Yeah.
And then I reckon it was probably 6 to 9 months later, I saw the bloke prospecting on the side of the road, and I thought, I better pull over and say good day to him, you know.
Yeah.
And I walked up to him, and he didn't recognise me. And I said, oh, how's it going? He said, yeah, good, good. He said, I'll show you what I just found. And it was the same
one.
nugget. It was all like worn from his keys, probably rubbing on it, and, you know, but it was the same nugget.
What's the motivation out of doing that? Is it just...
Probably ego, I'd say,
yeah.
that he's successful, you know. But
like it's not even throwing people off your scent because you're still out there detecting. So.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
All right, so our Victoria boot camps. We've got the 2-day ones. We've got 2 lots of those, the 3 days and the 5 days. Now, the 2-day boot camps are fully booked out.
Yeah.
And the 3-day one at Moonamble and the 5-day one at Talbot are over half full. So
Okay.
book in now. I see a few of you from Facebook Lives have booked in, so that's really good to see.
Okay.
But yeah, it should be an exciting
That should
lot
be.
of boot camps.
Yeah. And like today was beautiful weather. You know, it was really nice today.
Yeah.
But, Wish I was out there myself. Anyway.
And our one-day tours start again soon. I think it might be the 9th of September, maybe it's the 6th or the 13th they start back up.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
getting some nice weather again and
Yeah.
back into the Vicky tours.
Yeah. Because I think Mum said that the weather's been pretty ordinary back home.
It's been miserable, yeah.
But there's not a lot of water in the dams, is there?
No.
So I don't know. Yeah.
So if you're not on our newsletter already or you'd like to be, this is the QR code. I'll also pop a link in the comments. This is also the place you can go where if you've got a story to enter, big, small, relics, gold, whatever it might be, you can enter it in here for your chance to win $50, just like our lucky winner we showed today.
Yeah.
So $50 gift card to Lucky Strike.
Yeah. And I like looking at gold. I don't care whether it's a
Yeah.
1 gram piece or a gold pan full, you know, it's just nice. Yeah, all gold's unique.
Exactly.
It's nice
all
stuff.
a different shape and.
Yeah.
Okay, we might skip that one for now. So let's do a little wrap up of WA.
Okay. Got over there. Fuel wasn't too bad along the Nullarbor. Like when you're going over there, you fill up at Yatala.
Yeah, Yalata.
Yalata. What did I say?
Yatala.
Yatala. Don't know where that is. Yalata. Yeah, you fill up there. It's a card only. It's machine. But then you dodge the next two, which are Border Village and Nullarbor Roadhouse, I think.
Yeah.
Because they're about $1 a litre dearer.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think it's Eucla. You generally fill up there. Fuel's not too bad then from then on. You know, you can't go far without it, so you've got to get it.
Exactly.
Look, this year over there, like we had 8 tours, 4 all-inclusives and 4 tag-alongs. The weather was, I'll say, different because it was very cold at night times and a bit of rain during some of the tours, you know. But, you know, some days there I was walking around with a big puffer jacket on because it was damn cold, you know. Some people found more gold than others. Like, you know, the biggest we got on the trip, I think, was only 6.6 grammer, which a newbie found.
Yeah.
First piece he's ever found.
Wow.
Some people paid for their trips and some didn't, you know. And one bloke said to me, oh, how come he's finding, you know, 5 to 10 bits a day and I'm struggling to find one? I said, well, he's probably got 20 years experience on you and you've only been detecting for 3 months. So, you know, knowledge is money, and the more experience you've got, the more gold you'll find.
Exactly.
You know.
I think you've just got to think of it like the gold as a bonus, like you're there to learn your skills and refine those and what to look for in the ground, and whatever gold you find is just
it's a bonus.
icing on the cake.
Yeah. Like there's not many trips that you can go and actually pay for your trip, is there? You know, like a cruise or that, unless you go on the pokies, I suppose. I don't know if they have pokies on there, but they do.
I think we paid for ours last time.
Okay. But yeah, like there's a lot of friendships made.
Yeah.
And like you said, whatever gold you find's a bonus.
Yeah.
It's, you know, if you think you're going to come on a WA trip and find a bucket full of gold, well, you know.
Might not be the right one for you.
It might not be. But it's learning. And I tell people on the tours, whatever you've learnt in Victoria, forget about it when you get over there.
Yeah.
You know.
Completely different.
Like you can't go on, say, heaps where you're going to pick up little bits and pieces. You know, you've got dry blowing pads, I suppose, and that, but you tend to get a lot of little bits of their sieve wire.
Yeah.
You know, pushed areas, you tend to get a lot of rubbish. You know, but new ground is where that's where you're going to do well.
Yeah.
But you might, on a 7-day tour, you might go out for, you know, 5 days and find nothing, and then on the last day you might happen to you know, find a patch.
Yeah.
And that's what I used to do. I used to spend half my day on a known area and the other half on a not a known area, and yeah, that's why I suppose I found a lot of gold.
And I think also with the tours, you've got to put hard work in. Like you can't just be expected to just walk over it and knock off at 2 o'clock and start at 10. Like
yeah. You've got to put the hard yards in. You know, the more you're swinging, the better your chances.
Exactly. And on top of that, you should be trying to absorb as much information as possible. Like if someone else is finding heaps of gold, see if they mind you following them for a day, or
exactly.
Asking those questions.
And like of a night time, you know, around the campfire, I say to people, you know, ask me questions. You know, like I say to them, I don't know everything, but I think I've been doing it long enough to answer most questions. But
And what detectors would you say are suitable for the tag-alongs? Because I know there was a little bit of a...
Look, this year we had a lot of different brands. Most people were using the Minelab 6000s, which showed at the end of the day who was finding the most gold. You know, the other brands, there was one brand there that got a noise, and there was 5 hot rocks with, you know, it didn't handle that mineralisation. You know, I even had one bloke on the tour this year had a Equinox 900. You know, it's not a dedicated gold machine. Look, and he didn't find anything for the trip, unfortunately, but we were probably steering him to areas where there was a bit more rubbish around, where, you know, a lot of people won't persist. But it's the way it goes. It's not like on Aussie Gold Hunters where you just walk around picking up the lumps. It's not like that.
Well, I would say if you don't have a gold machine and you do want to detect over in WA, we do hire out the 6000s as well. So I think that would be a better option rather than using a machine that's not up to scratch. It's still good to get the knowledge and everything, but you're just not going to be able to be putting it into practice.
No, exactly. You know, there was one customer that had a machine, and I said, look, do you want to have a try of the 6000? Now they want to buy one. So they said, what should I do with my other machine? I said, when you get home, sell it. You know? But
once you taste it, you can't go back.
But you know, it was a lower end machine. You can't expect you know, a Volkswagen Beetle to keep up with a Lamborghini on a racetrack. You know, you get what you pay for. What else can I tell you about WA? Met a lot of nice people, as always. Like I said, some get more gold than others. But we had tours at Kalgoorlie, Murrin, Walloona, and Meekatharra. So,
what vehicles are acceptable to bring on a tag-along tour?
Well, what I'm finding is that the vehicles are getting bigger, the caravans are getting bigger, and they're getting higher. And it does make it hard because, you know, if you've got to go through old creek systems and the trees are close and they're overhanging, you know, you're not going to fit through. And, you know, I've got the electric chainsaw, I'm always doing pruning, but it's hard, you know. Like, ideally, you know, and I think what I'll do next year is I'm going to have to ask the question, you know, what size vehicles you've got. And then I might say, look, this tour or this area is not suited for you, but this area is. But, you know, sometimes you've got to get in off the major tracks to find good gold spots. You know, all the spots along the tar road.
All the easy ones are gone.
Gone, you know. But the last one we stayed at, that was a really good track in.
Yeah.
And where we camped, it was on pending land. It was an old mine site, so it had a big pit there, and it had these big piles of dirt that have come out of the pit, and there was gold in them.
Wow, that's cool.
When I left, there's a couple that wanted to stay back, but they were raking the big heaps and getting, each time they raked a bit, they were getting 1 and 2 bits.
Wow,
so,
that's good.
Yeah, so I have to...
How big was this pile?
Oh, there was piles everywhere.
Yeah.
It was a big area.
Yeah.
And we sort of had it to ourselves when we first got there, but towards the end of the tour, there was a lot more cars coming in.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, no, it was a good spot. Well sheltered, you know, we were sort of down over the hill, and there's piles of dirt all around us, and it was sheltered from the wind. And went and met the neighbour who had a private gold claim there, who was working it. Just, you know, say good day and let him know that we were camped there. So doesn't hurt.
No.
Yeah. What else can I tell you about WA? Yeah, no, it went pretty quick, I thought.
Did you get a chance to do any personal prospecting?
Look, I didn't, because some of the tours were back to back.
Yeah.
And I had to get up there to make sure that the camping spots were, you know, good for getting people in there. The track hadn't been washed away. There wasn't trees across the track.
I think the most you had off was a week, wasn't it, between tours?
Yeah, a week.
And in that week you had to pack down, move to the next town, check the spots, make the tracks acceptable.
You know,
Not long at all, is it?
No, I had one day I went with Pete. There was some vacant land, and I was looking whether it was worth pegging or not, but it was very hard to get into. And I said to Pete, oh gee, this ground looks good, I'm just going to have a swing for 10 minutes. And that's basically all I had chance for, was to swing, you know, for about 10 minutes. Yeah. And that's probably why I'm keen to get out, because it was a beautiful day today.
Yeah, definitely.
No, that's about it, I think, on the trips.
Been to the Gold Monster then, the new 2000.
Yeah, well, Brad from Mine Lab had it over there, and I keep talking about it, but I was really impressed with that machine over there. Like, there was a creek system. I think you might have talked about it, but yeah, there's a creek system there that had a lot of little bits of gold, and moved the dirt out probably maybe, I don't know, 6-8 foot. Now, the 6000s had been over that, and that was last year. Last year I cleaned it out for Mum, and I said, here, go detect, and she got 2 or 3 bits. And then I went over and got another 2 bits, I think it was, that she'd missed. But we went back over with the new Gold Monster 2000. I think it was 14 pieces.
Yeah, it was a lot that Chris got.
I couldn't believe it. You know, they're only tiny, but, you know, get enough tiny. I'll take little ones, you know, all day. Yeah. It adds up. Everywhere I saw the 2000 operate, we got gold. Yeah. Went to a spot where there was lots of rubbish around, which normally you wouldn't persist. Was sort of ironstone and bits of rubbish around. A little half-grammer come out, encased in ironstone.
That would be amazing, just to have that ID target there.
The salt lakes, it was fine.
Yeah.
The mineralisation, it was fine. Look, I keep raving on about it, but it is going to be a game changer.
Is there any ground that it's not for?
Look, you can't compare the new Gold Monster 2000 to a 5000 or 7000. That's, you know, you've got to compare apples to apples. But as far as having a tool, you know, having one sitting on your back seat, and you might get to an area where there's too much rubbish around, that's where it's going to excel. Yeah. Or people that are pushing ground, you get the little bits of steel where the blades
snapped off.
Yeah, or just worn off. You get the shards, they call them. Now imagine that now, you're going to be able to go along. Exactly. Oh, that's rubbish. Yeah. Don't dig it.
What is the ID target? It's gold and something else, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I didn't use it a lot over there, so I can't wait to get my hands on one when they come out. I think it's October.
Yeah.
And yeah, really put it through its paces.
Yeah.
You know, I've got spots marked in my little book. where, yeah. So, but yeah, when I get to use it, yeah, I'll know more about it. But yeah, gonna be good. Light too, you know, and we've had a lot of interest. A lot of people asking about it.
Yeah, we've got a huge wait list already.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'll put that up here and in the comments as well.
Yeah, so look, if you're thinking, guys, of buying one, put your name down. Yeah, and
first in, best dressed.
First in, best dressed. Yeah, but I can't wait till October. Yeah. Might come out for my birthday in October. Maybe that's why they're holding back.
Release it then.
Yeah, nah.
But I think that's completely revolutionary compared to the Gold Monster 1000. Like, if you take what you know about the 1000, scrap it, and then you bring the 2000.
Yeah. And look, I was talking to someone yesterday, and I said, you know, a lot of people will buy the Gold Monster 1000, which is still a good machine, but you need to know how to use it and what type of ground to pick suitable for that machine. Yeah. And we get a lot of people that will buy it from the big chain stores. They don't get any training. Like, we offer training on a Gold Monster 1000 and show you how to use it, you know, but I think they have a bad experience, don't know how to use it. But this one is going to be basically switch on and go machine, and it is going to handle handle that ground.
It's exciting.
It is, yeah. Like I said, I've got a list of spots that I want to try that I know have been hammered. Some of them are silly spots. I'll just say that, because they're right next to the roads and that type of thing. Yeah. But yeah.
Did you see how small it folds down to? It's a collapsible shaft.
The one we were using over there was a prototype, so I know they're going to be making a few alterations on that. So time will tell.
Yes.
Time will tell.
Yes.
Yeah. But from what I saw,
it'll be a good hobby machine too, just having it in the back of your caravan, back of your car, and just pulling it out. Like, it's not as expensive as what a 6 or 7 would be.
No.
So a little good pull out and go.
Yeah, like I saw a similar priced machine over there, and it just hot rocks all over the place. You know, it didn't handle it. This one did. Anyway.
Cool.
All right.
All right, I think we've got a few photos here from your WA trip. So we got this little gecko.
That's a gecko,
is
it?
It
I don't know.
A gecko to me.
Yeah. Look, I haven't seen one sort of like that, but gee, he was camouflaged. You know, very camouflaged.
Was he pretty small?
He was. He was probably only about what would it be?
Oh, that big.
Yeah, that big. Not that big.
Yeah.
I've seen him other colours, but not that patchy colour before. Yeah. It's the sort of thing when you're walking, you've got to be careful that you're not going to step on him, you know. Oh, that was just a shaft that was all timbered down the sides. Yeah. I just, love that type of work the old timers have done, you know. Oh, what was that one? Oh, that was like a ironstone hill, and it had like an ironstone wall that it stayed back, but everything around it was worn down. I put the Mind Lab hat there on the rock just to show people the size of it, you know.
And then you must have thought this was a pretty little wildflower.
It was in the middle of an area, rocks everywhere, and there's this one little flower doing it tough.
All right, we'll go to our last video of the night.
It's Darren here from Lucky Strike Gold in Geelong and Golden Relics Prospecting Adventures. Just come across an old boy's dry blowing pad, So they've just been looking in the area. You can see where the clear pad is. That's where they would have scraped up the gravel. And then it's been put through the dry blower because there's the gravel there. But they've also cracked open a specie. See the rock there? So they've cracked open a rock just to have a look to see what's inside, because you can look around, there is no white quartz around here, but that one has definitely been smacked up by the old timers.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that the old timers dry blowing, they're like sampling the ground. There was just, I think, one there.
Yeah.
But the quartz rocks were there. The quartz had definitely been bought there and smacked open, and the old timers probably looked at what was inside, you know, what was inside it. But the more dry blowing pads that are in an area, the more gold. If there's just one here and one there and one there, they're basically sampling the ground.
Yeah.
But when there's a lot of them, it was generally richer.
Yeah.
You know. Now, another little story that comes to mind, you probably can't remember this, but when we're in WA, there was a dry blowing pad, so it was sort of the area that they'd taken out. And I went over and I got a sound. And I dug down, probably about a good 1.5 foot, 18 inches. And the sound was in the rock. It's because the old timers took the dirt out till they hit the hard rock or the bottom, and then they processed that. But this sound was actually in the rock. And to me, it had to be gold. So I took the motorbike down and got Mum, and I don't know if it was you or Brandon, and come back and I said, oh, look, it's going to be about an ounce piece. Yep. Anyway, I had to dig down about that much further, and it was a 10-ounce piece.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And the chap who owned the claim, he bought his loader out there and pushed around the area, hoping that there'd be more stuck in the cap rock. Yeah. And all he got was a 1 grammer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but that's the way it goes. So yeah, if you go over them and you get a sound, it pays to look at them. Yeah. But on dry blowing piles of gravel, you do get their little bits of wire broken out of their sieves. Yeah. And that's where a magnet comes in handy. Yeah. But yeah, it's good to see that one again. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well that brings us to the end of our show then.
Okay, but yeah, next week we should have a bit more show and tell, and
yes, try to get in the gold of the week and the relic of the week back.
I just got to get used to these 2-hour time difference. Like I'm waking up of a morning like 5 a.m. and crazy. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, that's about it then.
Yes. Now, keep your eyes in the comments after this. We're going to pick the winner for the lucky 2 tickets. So there'll be 1 winner, 2 tickets.
And they're getting emailed to them, is that right?
Yes, they'll get emailed to you. But I'll comment below if you're the lucky winner.
Okay. No worries, guys.
See you next Tuesday.
Okay. Cheers. Bye.